Hey gang, Steve Miller, better known as Kelly's dad and marketing gunslinger. Thanks again for joining me for another one of my weekly Uncopyable Ramblings video. I was watching the Seattle Seahawks, Arizona Cardinals football game last night. Excuse me. Let me just take this here for just a second here. Hello. Hi, this is Steve Miller, better known as Kelly's dad. How can I help you? What? You're from the IRS. What? I owe you money? What are you talk? Excuse me. I can barely understand you. You sound like you're, I don't know, Indian or some Asian accent. Hello? Listen, you know what? I'm doing something right now. Can I get your phone number and call you? Hello? Well, anyway. Where was I? I was talking about the Seattle Seahawks, Arizona Cardinals game, and something happened. Wait, what? Hold on. Oh. got a text from a buddy of mine, and he said he sent me. Oh, wait, no, I can't show you. I can't show you that. No. Anyway, where was I? I was talking about the Cardinals, the Seahawks, and the What? Just a minute. Hold on. No. Hey. Okay. No, I'm doing something here. Yeah. Thank you, Shaka. No, I'm doing something. I can't. No, I don't have a minute. All right. Hold on. Okay, I'll get back to you later. Okay. Bye. All right. So, anyway, so sorry about that. I don't know what's going on here this morning, but anyway, so and oh no, oh my gosh, oh that's my wife calling. Hold on. Yeah, hi babe, what's up? Okay, yeah, that sounds like a pretty funny meeting. Yeah, she said that. Okay, listen, can I call you back? Yeah, no, I'm doing my weekly video. Okay, thanks. All right. Goodbye. All right. Where was I? What was I talking about? What was I?
Ladies and gentlemen, the story you're about to see is true. The names have been changed to protect the innocent.
I remember what I was talking about now. I was talking about the Seattle Seahawks Arizona Cardinals game last night because something happened in the game where it ended up being a crazy, stupid game. It ended up being tied 6-6 after overtime, which you rarely see in the NFL. But something happened during the game that I realized was a great example of why we have a hard time getting things done. In the game, the Arizona kicker had a very short kick in overtime to win the game. A very short kick that was normally just like a typical chip shot for kickers, no problems at all. However, earlier in the game, a player on the Seattle side had done something very, very unusual. He had actually, when they were attempting a field goal, he had actually jumped over the center, the snapper, and blocked the kick to that kicker was attempting at that time. And so now here he was back again, out on the field, and he was getting ready to take just a short, supposed to be an automatic kick to win the game. And that same player who had leaped over the center the first time did it again this time. He didn't get back there fast enough to block the kick, but guess what he did? He distracted the kicker. You see, and the example I was talking about there is that, one of the things about being productive, I want to talk about being productive today. And being productive means that you are accomplishing something that is taking you closer to your major goals. All right, and I'm not necessarily talking about accomplishing just the little itty-bitty stuff. I'm talking about accomplishing the big stuff. And you know how often it is that we try to do something and we say, okay, I need to focus. Here's what I need to do, man. I've got this big project coming up. I've got this big thing I'm working on right now. And, like me writing my book, my new book and getting that out. And now I'm going through the editing and all that. And I really need to focus on making sure I'm taking care of that stuff. But here's the problem with us saying to ourselves that we're going to focus on something doesn't necessarily make it that we're actually going to do that. Because you see, what happens is that it's really not that we need to focus on something, because the environment that we are in, the things that are happening around us that we allow to happen to us, actually impacts our productivity much, much more than our attempts to focus on something. So it's like distractions. It's like distractions of a telephone call. The phone rings and we might be in the middle of doing something, but we automatically answer that phone, or we get a notification of a text or an email, or maybe something on Facebook or on LinkedIn or something like, or Twitter or something, and we have it set up to where there is a notification with a sound that pops up in there. And what do? We're working on something, but we automatically pick that up. Right. Same thing when somebody, we might be in an office and somebody comes in, they knock on the door and they go, "Hey, you got a minute?" Well, guess what? It's never a minute. It's never a minute. It's always 20 minutes. When they say, have you got a minute? So the idea is that if you want to focus on something, if you want to truly be productive with something, then what you have to do is you have to eliminate distractions. That is the number one thing that you must do in order to get something important done. When you say you want to focus on something, what you need to do is you need to set it up to where you have no distractions in order to make that happen. You block a certain amount of time. For most people, the most productive time of day is first thing in the morning. But if we go in and we immediately start hitting our email and we start responding to email, because email is a reactive activity. We are reacting to what people are sending to us, so we're following their bid, is what they what they want us to do. So in order for you to be productive, whether it's first thing in the morning, whether it's in the afternoon, whether it's at night or anything like that, the number one thing you have to do is to plan for eliminating distractions. And think about it from this perspective. Number one, you've got to turn off your phones, turn them off. You block an amount of time. Now, in time management, in productive management, like when in my program that I call Vicious Productivity, and if you're not familiar with that, I'll put a link on here for you to go look at that, Vicious Productivity, because you want to be viciously productive with your time when it's important to you. That's what I mean by viciously productive, is that you cannot allow yourself to be distracted at any time. I mean, all the time. You've got to pick out some times where you say, okay, in this block of time, whether it's 25 minutes, whether it's an hour, that you are just going to say, I'm going to block out distractions. So number one, I'm going to turn off all of the phones. You're going to turn off your desk phone. You're going to turn off your cell phone. Turn it off, and lay it down, face down. If anything, not just silence it, but turn it off. You want to turn off notifications. If you're going to still leave it on, turn off notifications so you can't hear those. You want to close the door, and you want to put a sign on there or something that says "Do not disturb." I'm focusing and I'm eliminating distractions. And if you knock on this door, you are a distraction. See, because what happens is that even if I say, like I say to my wife, "Oh, honey, I can't talk right now. Can I call you back?" Or I say to that person back there on the door, "You know what? I'll talk to you later." Even if I do that, I have still acknowledged the distraction. And when you acknowledge a distraction, you now take yourself away from the focus that your brain has been on while you're working. So if you want to be super productive, your number one thing is make a plan every single day to block out a certain amount of time. I would suggest a minimum of 1 hour every single day where you just eliminate all the distractions around you, and then you focused 100% on the job at hand. If that kicker for Arizona had been paying it, had been able to block out the distraction of Bobby Wagner jumping over the center, then he would have made that kick, and they would have won that game. But he didn't. He got distracted. So, hey, thanks again for watching this week, my Uncopyable Rambling. I certainly hope that you will forward this to your friends, enemies, your Sunday school teachers, pastors, choir members that you are participating with. I don't know, whoever you're hanging out with. Send it to everybody. Thanks again for all your emails and your messaging. This is Steve Miller, better known as Kelly's dad. Thanks for watching. I will see you next week. Always remember to be uncopyable.